Last night at the Fringe. There's still some people wandering around. Do you want to take some? Are these seats free, or are you saving them for someone? Is that seat free there? A couple of seats down the front if anyone's interested. One here down the front. Some here. Randomers. Hello, you alright?
Fuck's sake.
Seats here. Right,
fucking clock.
Myself in the corner there. Rugby corner. Oh, you're right. Okay, right, so might just get cracking now. People can find themselves some seats if they want to in a minute. Like I say, what I'm going to do over the course of the next 55 minutes is play some songs from my collection of minor internet hits, and also a couple of new songs that replace some of the minor internet hits I couldn't face playing anymore. A lot of people said to me last year, you start off with a very downbeat start to the show. It's almost as if you're trying to lower people's expectations so they're then pleasantly surprised with the turgid shite you dish up afterwards. And I said rumble. But this year it's not like that at all. I've got a big party number to start off with now. This big party number is my answer to Kool and the Gang's celebration, alright? Now, before you start saying, oh, he's nicked his name off Kool and the Gang, come to the Gang, he's nicked his name off Kool and the Gang. I just want to stress for the record that I have no fucking respect for Kool and the Gang whatsoever. Not one fucking iota of respect, and I'll tell you why, right? Kool and the Gang, his gang nowadays is just a load of young black blokes.
So true.
Yeah, agree? It's not racist, it's actually accurate.
Let's get to work.
His gang nowadays is a bunch of young black blokes, right? Because all the original members from Kool and the Gang, they're all over their wives and families. They're all been late. They don't want to be dragging themselves around the fucking toilet circuit. Right? So while everyone in the UK and US is discouraging young black men from joining gangs, Kool is actively recruiting.
Fucking true.
Right, so it's a big party number to start off with. Now, this is about my friend's party. It happened about 20 years ago, and it went so badly for him that he's still grounded even now. As a 37-year-old man with 2 kids and a full bush of pubes. This is called Paul Stevenson's Party. Now, at the start of this song, there's a little poem that takes you into the song, alright? And on the album, at the end of that poem, there's a little delay effect that kind of delays off nicely into the song. Now, I've been unable to recreate that live. I do give it a go, but quite frankly, it sounds shit. And you're going to know it sounds shit, but I didn't want you to think that I don't know it sounds shit when you get to that bit, alright? So this is called Paul Stevenson's Party. The most ruthless party ever was an after a premiere. It was an after the Oscars or BAFTAs, and there was no one famous there. It happened in 1994 in the Stick and Place cul-de-sac. I turned up there at 8:30 and the place was fucking packed. Now, there was no Facebook in those days, no Bebo or MySpace. Fuck those 200 people ended up in the same place. 2 blokes were fighting out the front. It was actually quite frightening. So I'll just go in and make a start on 3 litres of white lightning. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's bash. His house got fucking trashed by 200 people on the lash. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's do. It was the greatest party I ever went to. Someone's replacing a light bowl with a pack of jelly cubes. This bloke's got his nose in it, and he's waxing off his pubes. The kitchen seems to have been retold with buttered Jacob's crackers. One kid's using a slotted spoon to whack another kid in the knackers. Someone's tipped a box of Kellogg's cornflakes on the floor. Someone else has got a screwdriver and he's taking off a door. There's a bloke running round the kitchen with a bottle of tomato sauce. This girl has just sucked 6 blokes off and he's crying with remorse. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's bash. His house got fucking trashed by 200 people who
About
gave
the famous
first.
thing,
Paul
get a jump
Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's do. It was the greatest
Party
party
I've ever been to.
His Loki's making pizzas with his mum and sceneries. So now the fingers squeeze, atop with ham and cheese. Creepy through his mattress out the window onto the lawn. Now in his old man's mansion, going through his stash of home. Someone's still a sleeping girl up on the pile of toast. Someone's filled the fish tank up with a box of Quaker oats. There's one kid smashing ornaments with his dad's gold umbrella. Someone's written rape on the front room wall in what's hopefully now Teller. Someone stood on his sugar and pulled his pants down and ran a slash. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's do. It was the greatest party I've ever went to. Has anyone seen Paul? Oh, there he is on the sofa. He's passed out and someone shaved one of his eyebrows off. Now they're running pedos backwards on his forehead. I'm carving a marker. His parents will wish they hadn't stayed out for the night. When they find the telephone man sets been glued on the barrel night. There's blood where some girl got broken up on his parents' bed. This geezer's some kids jamming off the lot of his old man's drinks cabinet. I didn't see you did that in the scene, but it looks like weird and shit. The toilet's full of flowing with someone laid on the floor. His girl pulled on a rubber glove and he went in off his dog. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's bash. He's now got fucking trash by 200 people on the lash. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's do. It was the greatest party I've ever went to. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's bash. Someone did post a photo of his fake man with a Hitler hair and tash. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's do. It was the greatest party I've ever been to. Thank you very much. As I said at the start, I'm not a comedian, I'm a minor big singer, but I've been coming here to Edinburgh for the last few years, so got some tips off the comedians about how to run your show. One of the things I've noticed as a tip is in the first 10 minutes of your set, you've got to do a celebrity look-alike and you look alike, because people see you look like a celebrity, it'll be really funny. Now, unfortunately, I haven't really got anything celebrity look-alikes other than once I've grown a beard and I looked a little bit like Noel Edmonds. But I'm not after a laugh for that because I don't want to be compared to Noel Edmonds, so I think I'd like to come. If it was up to me, we'd let Rolf off and get Noel instead. As much as I detest Noel Edmonds, I do fucking despise him. He's got quite a good coverage of hair on his face, and that's how he can have all them fancy little beards and the chin straps and the goaters, isn't it? The last time I tried to grow a beard, I grew a fucking rubbish beard. I grew a beard like a 14-year-old schoolboy bumper. Just looks like a company based in Brixton and gone down on Bell Water. While we're on the subject of lookalikes anyway, I just want to, by a show of hands, how many people know the Russian footballer Pavel Pogrebniak? Well, he's got a good shot, right? I have high hopes about this bit tonight. It's not gone great any of the other nights. Right, high hopes this time. Right, so out of you lads that know Pavel, how many of you know my cousin Matthew? So this goes down great family parties. I wrote a poem about it. He really does fucking look like him, honestly. I wrote this poem called My Cousin Looks Like Pavel Pogrebniak. In case you don't know what a poem is, it's basically a song that you've been too lazy to write any music for. So I'll do it for you quickly now. It's called My Cousin Looks Like Pavel Pogrebniak. My cousin looks like Pavel Pogrebniak. It's not just my opinion, if you see him, it's a fact. I've not seen Pavel's family, but wouldn't it be mad if my aunt and uncle look like Pavel's mum and dad. Pavel comes from Russia. He was signed by Martin Yole. My cousin came out my uncle's cock and up my auntie's hole.
How fucked up is that shit?
Where he grew into an embryo and out my auntie's crack was born a baby that looked like Pavel from Wozniak. At Spartak Moscow FC, Pavel started his career. My cousin studied in Nottingham, then became an engineer. My cousin's name is Matthew, he doesn't play football. Pavel's name is Pavel, which is Russian for Paul. Straight Wikipedia, isn't it? My cousin looks like Pavel from Wozniak. It's not just my opinion, if you see him, it's a fact. The resemblance that my cousin bears to Pavel is uncanny. By being a professional footballer, I bet Pavel gets more funny. Pavel moved to Fulham from Stuttgart in Germany, then to Reading on a Bosman. That means there was no transfer fee. My cousin moved to Denmark, that's where his girlfriend's from. Pavel got 2 goals in Reading's win over West Brom. He ain't that funny, but he's factually accurate. This is the big thing on this, he's got the best line at the end of this, I want you to appreciate this, alright? My cousin looks like Pavel Pogrebniak. It's not just my opinion, if you see him it's a fact. To see a likeness quite like that, a long way you'd have to travel. Such is the similarity of my cousin to Pavel. Thank you very much. That's the last fucking Pavel. This next one is one of my greatest minor internet hits, and this is a song all about getting a surprise. But it's not a nice surprise, like opening up the other map to find that battery's dead. It's never going to be in any trouble with the parking also. This is a song about getting a nasty surprise, this one, and this is called Bangers and Mash. This is harder dance, it's the up and down one. In the pub and I needed a piss. I went to the toilet so I could do this, but someone had stuck it bottle in the urinal, and someone else had had a piss there and it was all full. So I thought to myself, that's no problem at all, I'll just relieve myself in the cubicle. Luckily there was no one in there doing a shite, but when I opened the door I saw a terrible sight. For fuck's sake, I only wanted a slash, but the bloke before me left bangers and mash. Bangers and mash, bangers and mash. The bloke before me left bangers and mash. He could have flushed it away, but he didn't today. Thought I'll let someone else find me bangers and mash. I tried to block it from my mind, but I was unable. I wanted toilet paper and a crusty old table. And it was fucking massive. It looked like Kevin Mills' stump covered in fake tan. I gave it a flush, but it just wouldn't budge. The box was filled up with water, toilet paper and fudge. There's a knock on the door, and I think in a flash, the next bloke's gonna think it's me that left the bangers and mash. Honestly, mate, I'll give you my word. That wasn't my bog roll, and that wasn't my turd. Bangers and mash, bangers and mash. The bloke before me left bangers and mash. He could have flushed it away, but he didn't today. Thought I'll let someone else enjoy me bangers and mash. Bangers and mash, bangers and mash. The bloke before me left bangers and mash. He could have flushed it away, but he didn't today. And now the next one is that I left the bangers and mash. Bangers and mash. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, I will just quickly say at this point, some nights it hasn't gone very well. Mate, and that's because sometimes there are people in the audience that are having a terrible time. and they show it on their faces, and they show it as their arms are crossed, and they're trying to move up higher and higher. Now, if you feel like you might be one of these people, at no point do I mind if you want to go, alright? That's absolutely fine with me, alright? I'm not keeping you here against your will. I'm not joking for itself. If you want to go at any point, that's absolutely fine with me, alright? No one's going to fucking shout. Well, they might shout and jeer and that, but it'll be over in a minute, alright? So if you want to go, that's absolutely fine. I'd rather have to look at someone's miserable fucking head all the way through the show, alright? Just so you know, alright? That's the notice is over. Now, whilst touring around the country with my greatest minor internet hits, something's become quite apparent to me. And this is that anyone under the age of 25 doesn't remember the golden era of having a wank. Right, because the internet came along and it changed everything. It changed everything.
It's so
I'm not about dial-up internet, because that was just as frustrating waiting for that band with the tits on the down low. We're trying to keep a lazy logger on the low. I'm on about broadband internet. It quite literally changed the way we wank. Right, and I know this because I had some young men come up and say some very fucking disturbing things to me at gigs, alright? I was playing this gig the other week, it was an all-ages gig, right? Don't blame me, I don't book the ball. But these kids come up, 14 years old, and he's gone to me, I'm like, what's the matter, mate? He's like, I need a bit of advice. I said, what's the matter? He said, well, I want my girlfriend to have a kiss on me, but I don't know how to go about broaching the subject. He's 14 years old. What have you fucking seen on the internet that's turned his mind onto that? It's a fucked up world. So me being the guiding hand of you, not in an Operation U-Tree way.
You fucking hell.
I said to him, mate, don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. One day you'll wake up aged 18, covered in shit, and you'll wonder where your life went wrong.
You fucking trick, mate. That is just fucking wrong.
Back in the late 80s, it was a much simpler time. You couldn't just see whatever you want whenever you fucking wanted, any time of day or night like with the internet. You just had to take whatever you could get. So I was one lucky one though, because my mum used to leave her premiums catalogue in the bottom of the airing cupboard. His mum as well. So I used to slip in there when my mum was out. I'd get it out and I'd open it up to the ladies' underwear section. In fact, it would open itself to the ladies' underwear section. I'd open there so many fucking times. And you have to be really careful when you're having a wank over the ladies' underwear section. You have to be really careful. Because when you're on the vinegar strokes, you don't still want to be turning them pages. When you're about to do your things, you don't still want to be page turning. Because you know what's after ladies' underwear? Girls' underwear. And if you were to spap over that, that was known as an accidental saddle.
Accidental saddle.
Unless you meant to do it, then it's just called a saddle. So there I was in the ladies' underwear sexual catalogue, and I still remember ladies kept going back there day after day after day. She was in the ladies' bra, which wasn't really that attractive. She was wearing a lacy bra. Do you know, I could see through that lacy bra. Little tiny glimpse of nipple. I'm not even on about the nipple itself, I'm not even on about the cup, I'm on about a bit of salsa around the outside. But in the late 80s, that
extensive saddle.
All the way off. And this row of young men here, they're not going to fucking believe this, right? This is going to blow your fucking mind, right? But sometimes in the late 80s, you wouldn't even need that to have a wank, right? Sometimes in the late 80s, you could have a wank just using your imagination. Like fucking Star Trek now, but this was known as a wank fantasy. So I wrote a song about it and it's called Wank Fantasy.
Oh shit, I love this fucking song.
You're much younger than my wife, and you pay me attention, which I found quite nice. I'll be imagining you sucking me off in my car. In the car, I suppose it won't go that far. Cause you know what you are, you're just a wank fantasy. A wank fantasy. Playing with my cock in the middle of a wank fantasy. In the middle of a wank fantasy. You're the mother of my best friend. You're quite attractive, I'll give you 6 out of 10. What if one day you know he's out when I'm not? And while he's done his work, you end up sucking my cock. And I won't tell you to stop, because I like it a lot. It's just a wank fantasy, a wank fantasy. Something I thought of to arouse me. I'm sorry when you called, I was playing with my balls in the middle of a wank fantasy. In the middle of a wank fantasy.
Your signal's dead. So close.
You're that bird that works at the gym. You've got big knockers but you're still quite slim. You're watching on me changing in the cubicles, but when I pulled down your pants you had a cock and balls. It didn't matter at all, it's just a wank fantasy, a wank fantasy. Something I thought of accidentally. I'm sorry when you emailed, I was not sleeping a she-bell in the middle of a wank fantasy. In the middle of a wank fantasy. In the middle of a wank fantasy. Thank you very much. Sick. We reviewed the show last year, they called it Crass Misogyny and Uncomfortable Depression. But obviously I can't promise you all them things tonight, but I will do my best. All jokes aside, that was a very sexy song, there's no denying that, and I know this because I'm looking down at some of these lads in the front row, and I'm not going to point anyway because I don't want to embarrass them, but quite a few of them have started tenting a little bit in their trousers. And some of these ladies in the first few rows, they've started getting a little bit frothy around the gash. Sorry, lover, health and safety. Bloke got up for a pint last night, was like... It's a fucking laugh for a recognition, that is. Like I say, yeah, it's crass misogyny, it's uncomfortable, but it's not fucking depressing, is it? So like I say, that was a very sexy song, alright? But what I don't want, I don't... It was a very sexy song, but what I don't want, I don't want to get too close to peaking too soon, alright? And I don't want that to happen, so listen, I'm going to play the least sexy song in the whole set now to bring down the average level of sexiness in that particular row. And now a lot of people have said to me, cunt, you can't write a 3-minute pop song about assisted suicide. So well, that's just throwing the gauntlet down, isn't it? And it made me write this next song. Now, I know you get a kind of international audience with you in the future, and I feel kind of blank faces, so I'm sorry to the people that do understand this reference, but I'm just going to explain it quickly for the people that don't, right? In Switzerland, there's an assisted suicide clinic called Dignitatis. If you've got a friend or relative who's clinically depressed or terminally ill, they can go to the Dignitatis and they can be helped to be dispatched into the next world with care, dignity and respect. And I think that's a very good thing. That seems to be terrible for the atmosphere of the show for Saturday. But don't worry, because this ain't just a song that works on one level, this is a song that works on a couple of levels. And the other level is, my man is a fucking cunt. You don't have to be a chess player to see where I'm going with this. So this song's called Let's Sing Now to Dignitas. I'd like to dedicate it to anyone in the crowd tonight who's got a relative going around too long. It's so horrible, it starts to become nice, a bit like olives. My nanny's fucking loaded, while the rest of us are skint. But she won't give me a fucking bean, the miserable old bit. She's bitter and she's racist, she hates foreigners with a passion. She uses the B&M words like they're going out of fashion. My nan's outlived her usefulness, but she's in the rudest health. She shows no signs of signing off or sharing out the wealth. About this clinic where you can go in Switzerland.
Oh great, I hate this fucking the most boring
so let's
ever.
send them to Dignitas, cause having her here is fucking cash. It's like, oh come on, splash the cash. So let's send them to Dignitas. My nan is small and wrinkly, she sits there in her chair. She looks just like a scrotum, with a face and purple hair. She's got a pea cream biscuit tin, under the bed with her savings in. She's 84, she's had a good innings, so let's bump her off and count our winnings. Let's send Nan to Dignitas, cause having her here is fucking gash. She's pissed herself and she's got a rash, so let's send Nan to Dignitas. My nan is fucking minted, while the rest of us are broke. I jump out on her and go, ah! Then make out it's a joke. I'm fed up just hanging round, waiting for her to croak. Let's give her a hand to Switzerland to see the Dignitas bloke. Let's send Nan to Dignitas, cause having her here is fucking gash. She's got mash stuck in her tash, so let's send Nan to Dignitas. Let's send Nan to Dignitas, cause having her here is fucking gash. We can spend our cash on a stash of cash, so let's send Nan to Dignitas. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm just going to introduce a little friend of mine at the stage. For those of you that have met him before, this is Little Cunt.
Little cunt.
Now what me and Little Cunt are going to do now is we're going to do a duet. Now this is a duet that helps people, alright? Because I used to suffer from the problem, but I wrote a certain version and I set it to music and it's really got over that problem. Right? Now statistically, some of you men in rumors will suffer from this problem. Right? And that is the problem of spanking up too quickly. Statistically, 2 of you young men will suffer from this problem. The problem of spanking up too quickly. Who knew then? Well, how do you know? Quick finishes on the old soggy biscuit, eh? I don't fucking play soggy, you certainly don't play soggy biscuit anymore, it's all virtual soggy biscuit these days, isn't it, with someone on the internet. So, you know, what we're going to do, we've got a self-help song now, for anyone that spunks up too quickly, and I'd like to dedicate any other of the men that are looking shiftily at the ground right now, or whose wives are going, that's you. Alright, and this song, if you listen to the lyrics of this song, in 2 minutes and 22 seconds time, you are going to go into the rest of your days living a full and healthy sex life. Just listen to the lyrics, alright? This is called 50 Things You Should Think About to Stop You Doing Your Beans. Sometimes when you're making love, it's hard to make it last. You barely pass the curtains, and it's over much too fast. You've only done 1 or 2 pumps and the moment comes too soon. For situations such as this, we wrote this little tune, and it's called 50 Things You Should Think About to Stop You Doing Your Beans. 50 Things You Should Think About to Stop You Doing Your Beans. Like farm machinery,
Pleasant scenery,
your granddad with his vest on,
BM25,
being buried alive,
on a starship side on Western,
a bag of waffle,
a blue waffle,
his hair,
Come on, you dick.
mortality,
an advert for Go Compare,
a touch of frost,
someone you've lost,
disabled access ramps,
Gale Platt,
Susan Ball's twat,
concentration camps,
a baked bean rebel,
Gary Neville,
the act of grouting tiles,
Aesop
the
Stable,
periodic table,
Kinnon's anal piles,
If you don't want to climb max, or empty your sacks, or go off in your packs, all you have to do is go through the 50 things you should think about to stop you doing your things. 50 things you should think about to stop you doing your things. 50 things you should think about to stop you doing your things. Like freezing fog,
A friendly dog.
a skiddy fog,
A little log.
news at 10,
Mr. Ben.
being late
Then late again.
from a clear express, whether there's a heaven,
Roadkill.
a mixed grill,
9/11. The right to vote.
creosote,
A child's body in a ditch.
Coventry City's former keeper, Stephen Rizovich,
The Queen Mum.
a difficult son,
The hardest not tie.
the final bones of the family dog, and the way Dad cried.
Human rights.
Temporary traffic lights,
The advert of Bora Herd.
Haunted Marsh fucking himself with a frozen turd. If you don't want to jizz, either make it your biz to do a little quiz to help you learn the list with one part of 50 things you should think about to stop you doing your things. 50 things you should think about to stop you doing your things. 50 things you should think about to stop you doing your things. 50 things you should think about to stop you doing your things. 50 things you should think about
To stop you doing your things.
Thank you. Now, I'm told that is actually very effective, that saying, because I can remember from when we came to see us on tour last time, we thought those all 50 things whilst making love, and now they suffer from erectile dysfunction. Now, as well as being a minor internet hit singer, in the last couple of years I've assumed another role, and that is the role of conduit to dead celebrities who feel like they've got a straw to settle with the general public's perception of them. Now, this happened a couple of times, but most notably last year, I was visited in the night by this ghost, the ghost of a dead celebrity. Now, some of you might know who I'm talking about, but please don't say so, I don't want to spoil it for the people that don't know, right? I was visited by this celebrity's ghost in the night who said to me, now then, cunt. Could you please write me a song that explains my side of the story? And obviously I wasn't keen to do that. But he went on to say, you could put it to a really catchy melody, so even though everyone's going to rate it, he'll still wake up singing it the following day. And he hung around, eventually I agreed to it, alright? So I'm not happy about doing this, but it's only a couple of minutes long, we'll all get through it together, alright? I suddenly awoke to the spectral shape of this ghostly bloke. He was floating above me, just there in midair. He had a shell suit on and a mop of blonde hair. He said,
For Jimmy, I returned from the grave to attempt to give out my reputation today.
he said,
And then, can you write me a song to explain what happened with those girls in my town?
I said I'm not sure, I'd have to hear that explanation in case people think I'm a pedo by association. And this is what he told me. The sexy kids, and Jimmy said will do what he did. Those kids weren't consenting, his shell-suit bottoms were tenting with his very sexy kids. So Jimmy's ghost continued to maintain he'd done nothing wrong, and he tried to explain he had a cigar on his lips, and by that I don't mean that he was desperate to use the latrine. He said,
All my good work will now be forgot because of my penchant for underage mops.
he said,
Surely those marathons and charity races after mass bunking on teenagers' faces.
I said I brought this song to get rid of his ghost. Then he told me one more time what bothered him most. It was sexy kids, and Jimmy Savile do what he did. He got them in his nose and filled their holes, then gave charity a load of quids. Jimmy Savile and the sexy kids.
Marvellous, just don't remember.
can I please just say in my defence, I wrote that song the day before the documentary came out, alright? So I had no idea of the chain of events that was going to unfold afterwards, and it went much worse than I ever thought. It would. So please bear in mind when you hear that song, I had no idea about Jimmy and that girl that was brain damaged. I didn't know about it. I didn't know. I had no idea about Jimmy and that girl in the wheelchair. I didn't know about it. I didn't know. I had no idea about Jimmy and that girl that was paralysed from the waist down. She didn't even know he'd done it. Listen, I don't want anyone to have any doubt that I thought Jimmy Savile was a fucking dirty, filthy, evil, despicable, horrible fucking human being, a sexual predator, and just a fucking terrible, terrible, evil man. But I'm a glass half full kind of bloke. I like trying to see the best in people. So at least he was equal opportunities, Pedo. Which for the 70s was pioneering. Not really thinking that. Those getting a lot out of that song, doesn't it? Normally at this point I can try and win the audience back, so why should tonight be any exception? But don't worry, because I'm going to do it, because now I'm going to play with my greatest minor internet hit out of all of them. Alright, now a lot of people say to me, why do you think this is the greatest minor internet hit out of all of them? And I say, well, I think people know that this is the song that means the most to me. So this song is deeply steeped in my family history, and it all goes back to this day, in the early 80s, when my granddad one day picked me up, he's put me on his knee, and he said to me, son, he said, I want to teach you a word as part of our family. It's like a family heirloom. My granddad passed it down to me, and I'm now passing it down to you. I said, what's the word, Granddad? He said, you haven't heard what it's for yet? And he told me to use this word when something small goes wrong. He said, when everyone else is saying drag, down, or rat spots, you can use this word, and it will make you the fresh prince of minor incidents. So I said, what's the word, Granddad? And he said, my son, that word is fucksticks. Thank you. But the story doesn't end there, right? What I'd like to do, in memory of my granddad, is I would like to give you a bit of fucksticks, and you all, everyone in here, even though it's a Sunday, give me a bit of fucksticks back. Are we in? I didn't see any old mouth at the back. Are you in? Nice one. Here, you in? In? Right, very high hopes about this, alright? So I'm going to give you some fucksticks, give me some fucksticks back, let's give it a go. Fucksticks! That was quite good. Right, but remember, this is in memory of my granddad, because he's not with us anymore. No, he's not dead, he just moved battling with some slag. Right, I'll give you another bit of fucksticks, give it. Right, I'm impressed with that. That's the kind of level of commitment I'm after, but the story don't end now. I'll go back to that day in the early 80s. I don't get down off my granddad's lap. He's picked me up. He's put me back on his lap. He's given me a Words original to retain my attention. Now, just in case anyone don't know, Words originals are sweets kept in the pockets of paedophiles. But this was the early 80s. It was a much simpler time. The pedos hadn't caught on to the addictive qualities for kids yet, alright? So it was a simple, innocent gesture of family love. Now I'm jumping on my words, and my granddad said to me, I've got another phrase to teach you for if something slightly worse goes wrong. I said, what's that phrase, Granddad? He said, that, my son, is the phrase, mother's come. Right, so what I'd like to do here tonight, in memory of my granddad, even though he's still with us, right, I'd like to give it up for fuck's sake. I'd like to say that with more than fucksticks moment there. If it had smashed on one of those miniature beans, that would be another thing. Right, okay. So what I'd like to do, in memory of my granddad, I'd like to give you all the fucksticks and you'll give me a mother's come back. Are we in? Okay, let's give it a go. Fucksticks! There's nothing the matter with that really, is there? It's to fulfil my contractual obligation of time. I need to carry on with the next bit, right? Oh, come on, you can do it better than that. And I've got just a way that's going to help you. Now, this has worked every night, so don't fucking let me down, right? I want each and every one of you now to clear your mind, totally clear your mind. And I want you to reach deep down within inside yourself and pull me out the biggest, hairiest mother's cunt you can possibly imagine. I'm talking about one from a 70s Reader's Wives magazine. I'm talking a strip of carpet from the belly button round to the base of the spine.
That is nasty.
That's a man with some vintage wank backs under his bed. Like an history lesson. So listen, right, with that information, right, I don't want you all picturing your own mothers, right? As you all are just about now. I'm going to offer up my mums to visualise in this place, alright? Now, for those who don't know, my mum is Audrey Roberts off Coronation Street.
Audrey Roberts.
There was some complications when I was born. So it looks a bit like someone's done a wheel spin for a meat pie.
Shut your hole and run. Gotta find a way out, ASAP.
Now, you young men, I know young men haven't got a lot of imagination nowadays, so I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory, right, to help you picture it properly. Right? My dad said before I was born it weren't even up to much then. He said it used to look like Justin Lee Collins blowing a raspberry.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
With that information in mind, I'll give you a bit of fuck stick so you all use that new information to give it the biggest mother's cunt you possibly can, alright? Let's give it a go. Fuck sticks! That is the loudest one of the whole fucking fringe.
The beam signal is coming from that dead.
Move. Genuinely move. Right. That's really fucking loud. So we've had more people in than that, and they've produced a smaller mother's cum than that. Their mother's cum was more like Jimmy Frankie's one. It was Lorraine Kelly's.
Lorraine Kelly.
Just keep it together.
Right, okay. So those phrases you've learned now, the fuck sticks and the mother's cunt, I'd like you to use them at the opportune moments in this song, alright? Now, as a rule of thumb, if you don't know the song that well, I'll cut the ear and that's when to do a fuck sticks, alright? And if you look after the fuck sticks, the mother's cunt will look after themselves.
Let's see what Jamie's up on.
So this song's called Fuck Sticks, thank you. This was a number 63 UK hit single. As Chico's follow-up. Now my old granddad had a word. He used when things went wrong. So he introduced this word to you after reading a song. So every time this word gets used, his memory lives on. I'm about to tell you what it is so you can sing along. When the word on let him touch your furry mind. When he got some shrapnel lodged in his Jap's eye. When a German sniper shot him in the cock. When he came around the party black baller. When me men died and she left him all alone. When he let the bogus call her in his own. When the first young people moved into his street. When our brightest women couldn't beat his meat. Fuck sticks, mother's cup. Fuck sticks. Right, you've done so well, you get the prize. That's my little cockney knees up that I do all on my own. Just like Chaz with a Dave's funeral. Fuck sticks, mother's cup. Fuck sticks. So every time I hear the word, I start to reminisce. I suddenly taste Werther's and get a phone with a piss. So when someone annoys me or things get on my pip, I'll think of the moany racist old cunt and really let it rip. When I miss an open goal in five-a-side. When I lost my arms off and had a guide. When the teachers told me that I was no good. When the old girl caught me wanking in the wood. When I'm having it off and I think of my old man. When me mum leaves skip marks down the pan. When some other fucker was using a queue. When you get called so I really need a poo. When I came a-tumbling off my BMX. When you skip my friend you look while having sex. When some smart-ass bastard gives me my comeuppance. When it's ages since I've seen a lady's tuppence. When there's no clean pants you have to wear your mum's. When your bear won't let you fuck around the bum. When you feel awkward and you don't know what to say. You say bastard, bastard, bastard. It makes everything okay. Bastards, mother's God. Bastards. Thank you very much.
Come on, give me a time.
Thank you, Matt. Now, I thought with that being my greatest minor internet hit and probably best known song, I'd slip a new song in here now. Unfortunately, this new song is not quite on the plan. I've been so I've always been a big fan of Ebony and Ivory, and I wanted to write my own kind of racial harmony duet. And I wrote it, and then the lady I didn't know who was going to sing the other part, I just never heard back from. So it was a bit disappointing. After Macy Gray didn't return my emails, I tried the second one on my list, Heather Small from the End People. She hadn't done a lot in the last 18 months, didn't hear a fucking dicky bird back. So with one day to go to the Fringe Festival, I went straight to the bottom of my list, and I contacted Rusty Lee, a woman who's not had one fucking stroke of work for the last 15 years, and she didn't even fucking call me back. So I was a bit stumped, so I rang up my mate Mike and I said, Mike, have you ever done a black lady's voice before? And he said, no. I said, well, would you give it a go? And he agreed, reluctantly. And bless him, he has given it a go, and that's the voice you're going to hear on the tape, alright? Now, while Mike was round recording it in my bedroom, I sort of said to him,
oh, for fuck's
I
sake.
think it's really a good idea if you come up here and do the duet blacked up. Right. So I was left, I'm sorry about this, but I was left with no alternative because I think this song's got a lovely message.
They get their hands on her. She we're on short time.
Now, please rest assured that I feel every bit as uncomfortable about this as 3/4 of your faces look at this moment, alright? I'm just going to get on and play this song, alright? So this is my racial harmony duet. This is called We're All Pink on the Inside. I'm as white as a sheet, from my head to my feet. I'm as white as that white dog shit used to see on the street. When I roll back my skin, you'll see what we've been. We're all pink on the inside.
You're as white as milk or Victorian lace. I'm as black as black coffee on my body and face. Although it's so different, you're the same in my place. We're all pink on the inside. We're all pink on the inside. The parts of us that are on the side. If I set my snatch with a match, you should say that I lied. When I hold my pants to one side, because we're all pink on the inside.
Oh, damn, missed it.
That was 55 seconds, it was a lot longer than that.
I'm as black as your hair.
There's no doubt about that.
There's just one place to start.
The inside of your trap.
Demonstrate that. I can get out my rat to show you all
Pink on the inside.
I look like a pentagram.
I'm so very white.
I'm as black as a black beauty, as black as the night.
When you spray your fringe, it's like Turkish delight. Because
We're all pink on the inside.
do have to make a little announcement after that one. On the opening, shouldn't ask really, on the opening night, one of the venue management came in and had a word with me after the show, and he said, I had to supply an email address just in case anyone has got a genuine grievance for that song. That was the only way let me carry on doing it. So if anyone has got a genuine grievance, please just put it in writing and send it to macy.gray@gmail.com. I'll put a bit of a crowd pleaser after that one just in case. Somebody will be able to relate to this. Statistically it says, so I'd like to dedicate this to everyone in the crowd tonight who's ever lost a bet on a building site with disastrous consequences. This was never the way I planned, not my intention. I was labouring on a building site I'm used to. I just needed the cash in hand. I lost a bet with Dave the bricklayer, and as a forfeit I had to suck his down.
Oh, great time.
I didn't like it, the taste of his cheesy lipstick. I sucked off a bloke, coughing on it. I knew I should have took that job and quick bit. It felt so wrong, though it seemed strangely apt, when everyone stood in a circle and clapped. I sucked off a bloke, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And so the next day back on site, lots of bands to follow. How was I supposed to know? I didn't have to swallow. It's not what proper blokes do, not how they should behave. I can't show my face down the pub since I washed off that Ricky Dave. I sucked off a bloke, I didn't like it, the feel of his baby backstick. I sucked off a bloke, coughing on it, cause someone Facebooked a photo of him. It took so long, it took so long to think that I was doing it wrong. I sucked off a bloke, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Us blokes, we don't do it by heart, and also they like to have a laugh. And sometimes someone gets sucked off, and someone gets it on their mobile phone. Ain't no big deal, but don't show it why. She's got to take it out of context. I sucked off a bloke, I didn't like it. It didn't help me out of wash his helmet. I sucked off a bloke, coughing on it. It tasted like a bag of Watsons. It felt so wrong, it tasted so rank. I wish that I'd just give him a wank. I sucked off a bloke, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Fucking didn't. Thank you very much. So thank you again for turning out this turning out to this my last night at the Fringe. It's been one of the best nights so far. It's definitely been in my top 4 Sundays. So well done. Thank you very much. And that was honestly the loudest mother's cunt out of the whole run. So you have fucking excelled yourselves. Now, before I play this last song, I'd just like to point out. My chum Dean over there will be vlogging some CDs and t-shirts for us on the way out. The CDs, I've got my Greatest Minor Internet Hits album, Complete Cum. That's on CD and DVD, and there's a DVD, live DVD called Proper Cum. Some of the marketing men think up all these. And they're a fiver a pop. And there's also some t-shirts that are virtually unwearable in any social situation.
You can't.
That teacher would throw my fucking channel off on it. I thought that a unique selling point, but turns out it was just a bad business decision. I wonder if we could all join me in a round of applause for Christian, the sound man, who's been here every night and he's been working 12-hour days. my wings, but not in a gay way. I didn't like it. Try it once, twice if you like it. Yeah, before I play this last song, I'd just like to say this is a free fringe festival, and I'm sure you've heard this speech off a million other people going to see the free show, but if you don't see shows over the Pleasant Security Balloon, you can pay 10 or 15 quid for a show like this. No, actually, no, you can't for a show like this because it'll never fucking happen. But you can pay 10 or 15 quid for a show with a similar amount of performers in. But here at the Free Fringe Festival, rather than fleece you of all your cash, what we generally are encouraged to do is to stand by the door with a Halloween themed bucket, begging for spare change. If you think the show's worth a fiver, I think that's pretty reasonable. Please stick that in. I personally would be embarrassed to see any tenors in there. If you think the show's worth a couple of quid or the price of a pint, please stick that in. If you've got no money, just say to me, "Come, I've had a nice time, but I've got no money." Alternatively, just do that. If you're still in here and you've had a terrible time, which I'm fucking cold, I won't do enough times to do that. And I just want to assure you quickly, as the last thing I do this song, any money we put in this bucket, I'm not going to spunk up the wall on booze tonight. I'm going to take it back to Essex to help some of my nana holiday in Switzerland. Thank you again. I'm going to finish on this one. This is the saddest song in my whole set, and I've left it too last. In fact, some people have said to me, "Did you know that's the saddest song in the whole world?" It's called "Wanking Over a Pornographic Polaroid of an Ex-Girlfriend Who Died." I came across a box, which when I opened it, stirred the emotions in my cock. It felt a little hard, it felt a little soft. The next thing that I know, I'm feeling sexy up the lot. So I unzip my fly, I pop out my Jack's eye, I have a little wet, and I have a little cry. I'm wanking over the pornographic Polaroid of an ex-girlfriend who died. I really miss her, Jesus. Alright then, Jesus, I'll give it a go. The bitch was very loose, she was completely in the nude. She's pulling in her part and she's doing something rude. She's got a hairy crutch, I miss her very much. So I'll take out my trap and I'll have a little touch. I'm wanking over a pornographic Polaroid of an ex-girlfriend who died. I'm wanking over a pornographic Polaroid of an ex-girlfriend who died.
Yeah, come on, you dicks.
It's what she would have wanted. I'm getting mixed emotions in my mind and in my mouth. Thank you very much, I'll see you later. Thank you, Jack. No thanks. The smallest pub in Britain. Not under this bill. I went short with all that out. Would you take them back on the bin? Yeah. And football? Would you? No, there's one thing you got. Do you want to win your own place, do you? I didn't hockey for that. She wants to be unique on the time, it's back here, alright, I'm with that. I'm going to start straight on myself for those of you that ended up here by mistake. Sorry. I'm come there's the door, there's 18 people in front of it, so you have to be able to get out of it. I'll come again, but he plays some songs like Catch Your Mind, so give tunes up with you on the Jack to our tunes. So this first one will start off with play Grave later, so the chances again of me getting this spot on are very, very slim, but we're going to do it anyway. Now this is a story, because I'm hoping I played 2 sets here. The earlier one started off quite slowly, alright, so I'm trying to get the atmosphere going by playing my big party number right at the start. Now this is a song about my mate's party. This party happened over 20 years ago. Please bear in mind this party went so badly for him that he's still branded even now. A 37-year-old man with 2 kids and a 4-foot pubes. This is called Paul Stevenson's Party. Now, I don't want to worry you, but it does start off with a little poem, alright? And at the end of that poem, on the album that it's from, Hurry Up and Suck Me Off Before I Get Famous, at the end of that poem, there's a lovely little delay effect on the album that takes you off into the track. It does sound rather lovely. I've been unable to recreate that line, so what I do in this place will sound a bit shit. The reason I'm telling you is I don't really think that I think it sounds really good, right? So this is called Paul Stevenson's Party. The most raucous party ever wasn't after a premiere. It wasn't after the Oscars or Baffles, and there was no one famous there. It happened in 1994 in a Skipper's Close cul-de-sac. I turned up there at 8:30 and the place was fucking packed. Now there was no Facebook in those days, no Devo or MySpace. Fuck knows how 200 people ended up in the same place. 2 blokes are fighting out the front. It was actually quite frightening. So I'll just go in and make a start on 3 litres of white lightning. What I was on about? Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's bash. His house got fucking trashed by 200 people on the lash. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's do. It was the greatest party I ever went to. Someone's a place on a light bulb with a pack of jelly cubes. His bloke's got his man's in it, and he's matching up his boobs. The kitchen seems to have been retired with that of Jacob's crackers. Lousy Jews and sweaty spoons, whack another kid in the knackers. Someone's flipped a box with Kellogg's cornflakes on the floor. Someone else has got a screwdriver, he's taking a pistol. There's a bloke gritting in the kitchen with a bottle of tomato sauce. This girl has just sucked 6 dogs off his party with the most. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's bash. His house got fucking trashed by 200 people on the lash. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's do. It was the greatest party I ever went to. He's breaking pizzas with his mum and Betsy kids. So now the band squeeze, a top with ham and cheese. Both kids threw his mattress out the window onto the lawn. Now in his old man's bedroom, going through his special phone. Some blokes fingering a sleeping girl up on the pile of coats. Someone filled the fish tank up with a box of Quaker Oats. There's monkeys smashing ornaments with his Dutch gold umbrella. Someone's lit a rape on the front room wall that's hopefully Nutella. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's bash. His house got fucking trashed by 200 people who go crash. Paul Stevenson's party, Paul Stevenson's do. It was the greatest party I ever went to. Has anyone seen Paul? Oh, there he is on the sofa. He's passed out and someone's showing him. Now they're writing paedophile backwards on his forehead.